Hello everyone and welcome to the ThePapare Breakdown, where we look back at the week that was in the Dialog Rugby League 2014-15. We're taking rugby coverage to different heights today, literally here at the head office, and we're looking at the three games that were on in the weekend, Sabir, and starting off with CH&FC versus CH. CH getting their first try of the season so far, and they'll also be happy that they held CR below 45 points.
Absolutely, CH&FC must be absolutely gutted because their performance, their game plan was clear. They didn't want to take any penalties into the post in the first half. They didn't show any respect to the opposition. But then again, they were lacking composure. They were like everyone scored to try, probably a little selfish on their game plan. And it didn't work well for CR. But on the other hand, Shanaka, CH&FC, they are really struggling with leadership. Captain Rifkan in the forwards, but that is not communicated to the backwards. They are depending highly on Eranga Virakori. But then again, it was not the Eranga Virakori we saw in the school days. So it is something to worry because he really missed loads of kicks that really let CH down. But credits to the try scorer Dhanuka Ratnayaka, because CH slowly and steadily coming. I think probably they could do some upsets in the coming weeks or in the second round.
A long way for them to go, but CR&FC also missing a specialist number 8, Arun Kumar playing at hooker, and also missing a specialist number 10. They've got Ashan D'Costa who debutized, they've now got Nalin Kumara who debutized, but none of those in the caliber of Tharindra Ratwate, and until he gets back, and hopefully he'll get back soon from his dengue fever, CR are going to have a few problems, Sabir. And let's look at the match that turned out to be the match of the week as well. Havelocks versus Navy, 16 points to 13 is how it finished, but it was a fairly comfortable win for Havelocks, although the points difference is quite small.
Absolutely, but Navy could have won this match or could have tied this game, but it was the decision making which cost them. During this 78 minute or 78 and a half minute, they had a penalty kickable like 25 to 30 meters. But it was a situation of Michael Leach, Japanese captain of Chris Robshaw, who lost the game, who cost the game for England. So they, instead of going for the post, they went to the touchline, but the weather is not favoring because it was raining 10 minutes ago before that decision, and the ball is slippery, the line out, they lost the line out, which is most important, so that turned the game. And also, if you take the 3-point option, even though the penalty didn't go, you're still going to receive the ball from 22 meters, so you can still have some 1 minute to play and need to go in, so decision making cost them that game.
Yeah, they tried to do a Japan, ended up doing an England. That was unfortunate for them. But also, look at Coach Laga's riches in the kicking aspect of it, so they can really control a game with Samantha Lakshan, Niroshan Fernando and Rimzi Jamaldeen all able to really win that territorial battle, Sabir. So that's a big plus for Havis.
Absolutely, Shanaka. And also, Rimzi Jamaldeen just missed one penalty. Apart from that, everything, he nailed the kicks, which is good. And also, Lee Kegel coming into action. Chanaka Chandimal, he didn't have enough support. He's kicking territorially, which is what they wanted to do. But that try Lee Kegel made, Shanaka, he was really spotting the gap, and he know Rimzi Jamaldeen cannot come because the post is covering him. So Lee Kegel snipes through that and dives through that try line. Also, Anuruddha Valpola playing, Anuranga Valpola playing at number 8, that cost them because he was not playing up to his expectation. Although his usual position is a hooker, they are really missing Omalka Gunaratne on that occasion.
Yeah, he's played number 8 before, but it's not a position that you can just move back and play for one game, which is also what Police found out when they lost 50 points to 13 at Police Park. They moved Risa Mubarak into the number 10 position instead of Mohammad Sharif, who moved back to the number 15 position, and there was no alignment. Their defense was all over the place, and Kandy ending up getting that third 50-point margin or third 50-pointer in as many games, Sabir, so they are looking really good for the title.
Absolutely, Shanaka. And also, it is must said that a mature level discipline both the teams, because there are so many national players, there are so many serious players, but the way they behave, it's not something to learn for the youngsters, Shanaka. But having said that, the forwards, once again, we saw some tremendous skill set from Damit Disanayaka and the other try scorer Suhiro Anthony. They really worked hard. They really put opposite forwards in trouble.
Yeah, I think that's what's really set this Kandy team apart from the other teams early on this season. Havelocks have a good midfield, but Kandy's tight 5 are working really hard. They don't have the big names that they used to have, but they've got guys like Gayan Ratnayaka who are coming through and making a difference. Heshan Kalhara, Kishore Jehan, Piyumal Manchanayaka, all handling the ball really well in the tight. So they're giving the ball runners options with the offloads, and they're able to control the game much better. And unfortunately for Police, Sharo Fernando a red card for 2 yellows as well. Some people are saying the match was not well controlled, but when players come out there and they just want to play a boxing fight instead of playing a rugby match, Sabi, there's very little a referee can do.
Absolutely. So for Police, of course, only Bilal Hassan was the standout player in among the forwards, and Mushin Falil, he was so good. He was so good in defence, but at times Gayan Veeratna and the rest of the Kandy backs just too good to beat him. And also we saw Fazil Marija coming as a first receiver and slicing through the Riza Mubarak and Mushin Falil. He have done so many times, isn't it, Shanaka?
Yeah, he's unstoppable from that position, and when he's in the 22 and you got first phase ball to Fazil, you really have got to make sure that you pincer him, you get your third row forward up in his face so he can't cut inside, and you've got to come from outside and try and push him in towards the forwards. But that's not something that that Police were able to do, especially not with Riza and Mushin playing a very new combination at 10 and 12. That's a very important defensive combination, and unfortunately for them, they just let Fazil in easy as you like, but he's done that against so many teams throughout his career. And he started off at number 13, Arshad Jamaldeen starting off at 10, and then Fazil moved to 10 in open play a few times. They've really got some good options. They've got backs to come off the bench. They've got a lot of bench strength in the backs, but one problem, if you're looking at one problem for this Kandy team, is the bench strength of the forwards.
Absolutely, without a doubt. So Police have another tough match against CH&FC. That's of course at Police Park. So that win are going to be help them so much in terms of going in top 4 into the top 2 or 3 position. And also we have the other match, Shanaka, Army versus Air Force, that was held at Diagama. Army winning that convincingly with a bonus point, 37 points to 25. Although Air Force scored 25 points, they couldn't score 4 tries.
Yeah, that was a big problem for them because they would have liked to get in among the bonus points as well. It would have given them a lot of confidence getting those 4 tries. But Army improving week on week, I think they'll be a little upset with the fact that they conceded those 25 points. But looking at the fact that they actually managed to get 4 tries together, I think coach will be happy about that.
Absolutely, but that will test them big time, Shanaka, because they are playing next in Nitavala, and Kandy in front of their home crowds, it's going to score massive. But if they can keep somewhat closer, make it a close game, that will be give them some confidence, because they already moved to 4th place in the table, whereas Navy moved to 5th and Police on 6th. So that will be interesting match next week. And also Army's Gayan Salind among the top point scorers. He has scored 35 points after round 3. So followed by Rimzi Jamaldeen, in fact Arshad Jamaldeen 29 and Riza Mubarak at 26. So that is the top points try scorers. In fact, Bilal Hassan have scored 6 tries so far. So we'll put that, we'll publish that on Facebook as soon as it's confirmed fully. And talking about the points table, Shanaka?
Yes, we've got Kandy SC who are clear leaders at the moment, and we've got Havelocks who are in 2nd place as well. Both teams have won all the matches that they have played so far. CR in 3rd place for the moment. They haven't played the likes of Navy and Police, so that's something that might change the tide there. Army doing very well to come into 4th place, and Navy and Police are the ones who are bringing up the rear with, of course, Air Force and CH in the lower 2 slots on the table.
Prediction for next week games?
Well, we've got CH playing Navy. That should be a pretty easy one for Navy. And the match of the weekend, I'm going to say, is Police versus CH&FC. Both teams really need to step up a gear. They need to find their form. They need to find their fluency. And this is a game that both teams must win. Police have lost a couple of games already. And against Havelocks, CR have already lost a game as well. So they won't want to go down to each other. So that's going to be a very important match. Kandy versus Army should be interesting. Let's see whether the superior Army fitness can do something to those Kandy lads, because I'm sure the first up tackles will be made by Army. So it will be an interesting test for Kandy, but trust them to get through that. And Havelocks play Air Force on Sunday. That should be an easy win for Havies.
And that's all we have from the breakdown segment for week 3. And until next week, I'm signing off for ThePapare.com. I'm Sabir Kader along with Shana Kamarsinga, sharing the passion.